I hate games like this. See, Ostrich Runner isn't quite bad enough to make fun of, but at the same time, it's not good enough to just sit down and enjoy. So I feel like I'm in reviewer purgatory here. I can't laugh at it because it's not so bad it's funny, and I can't enjoy it while I play it for this review, so what do I do here? Ostrich Runner is a game below mediocre, but it has some good features. For example, the story is pretty quirky and has a great art style, as does the actual gameplay. The graphics aren't really advanced, they look like a budget title for the Wii, but they're still fun to look at. They're colorful, and I could see kids really enjoying the art style and the graphics of this game. The gameplay is something I don't see a lot of people enjoying, though. The movement is really clusterfucky. It's really hard to avoid obstacles because obstacles are everywhere. There's things you have to jump over, there's doors opening in your face, there are these pendulums swinging back and forth. Sometimes you have 3 or 4 of them in a row, so it's almost impossible to avoid every single one of them. But the worst thing is your competition. The other ostriches are horrible. You really have to break away from the pack in order to pass this game. The ostriches are constantly running into each other, they're falling over, you're tripping over them. It is a clusterfuck of ostrich. Typically, pulling away from your competition shouldn't be much of a problem because they're constantly lagging behind. Their speed isn't so much slower, it's just that they're NPCs and they themselves, they weren't programmed to dodge all the crazy obstacles in the game. You, however, are a human being, so you can kinda time yourself a little better than a cartoon in the game. The actual point of the game is really tedious too. Not only do you have to win the race, but you have to collect a ton of these ostrich eggs. There's like 140 of them, it's ridiculous. I mean, whenever you're like on the last lap, you still don't have half your eggs. I really don't see how it's possible to collect all 140 eggs and win the race in 3 laps, all in one go. You gotta be really meticulous about collecting the eggs, and that is of course really hard because of all the clusterfucky NPCs running into you, you running into them, and all the stuff jerking about on screen. This is like Toontown from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, just a bunch of crazy nonsense that hurts you and trips you and makes you fall over at every opportunity. Ostrich Runner has good graphics, but that's more or less the only good thing it has going for it. The gameplay is at best mediocre, and at worst, tedious. Ostrich Runner gets an official stanburdman rating of a 5.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, my friends. Oh, little piece of trivia. Did you know that ostriches, when they're in heat, they have been known to be attracted to humans? That's a fact, yeah. Look it up, I'm telling you. Also, I believe ostriches are the biggest birds on the planet, aside from Big Bird. But really, the only thing I want to know about ostriches that I don't know already is why we haven't used them as mounts. You take any game, from World of Warcraft to Final Fantasy, whenever there's a giant chicken, we use it as a horse. Why have we not accomplished this in real life? I feel like we're not using ostriches to their full potential. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, my friends.